All right. Hello, drama students. Okay, I wanted to quickly send a video to you talking about the role of the beggar, mainly because I was just having an online conversation with Sarah about the role of the beggar. And I want you guys to understand how I want her to view herself, but I also want you to understand how you should view her. So I don't want it to be that Ramnathum the beggar is a lowly character that is spat upon and viewed as useless. If you notice the first song, he's actually mentioned as a special part, as a certain part of the village, that he has a role to play. And this is very important to understand. And this is not just unique to the play. This is a part of Jewish culture and also Christian culture. The role of the poor and the beggar, or the widow and the orphan, that the Jews really did believe in, for lack of a better term, salvation by works. That your goal is to please God through your actions, and God views the poor, as we see that in all of the Old Testament. It's not just the New Testament. You hear the Psalms, the Lord hears the cry of the poor. Blessed is the man who gives to the poor. That wasn't just Jesus. He was quoting the Old Testament. So these are Old Testament believers. These are Jews. So they do that. For some reason, there's a cultural idea that is among some people that Jesus was the nice guy, and the Old Testament is full of the mean, nasty guys, and it's that Jesus came around and said, now I want you to love everybody and now give to the poor. That's not how it was. It was the Old Testament, and this shouldn't be new to you if you've been paying attention in Mass or any just reading of the Bible. So understand that the beggar sees himself, and you should see him this way, as that's his job. His job is to beg. And by asking for food and asking for money, he's giving you the opportunity to do something to please God. So it's a blessing. And so that idea of a blessing, we see that in this when Mottel comes to the Sabbath meal, and Orla when if I don't believe I believe it's just in the movie version, but when Perchik says, "I'm not a beggar," because he's offered some food, and Perchik says, Tevi offers him food, and Perchik says, "I'm not a beggar," and Tevi says, "No, do it as a blessing for me," meaning it means God will bless me because I gave to you. So if you accept this food, you're doing a good deed to me. And if you remember when Mottel, kind of invites himself to the Sabbath meal, he's in the movie version. He says, well, it would be, and then the mom says, oh, yes, great, another blessing. Of course, she's not as enthusiastic about these blessings as Tevye clearly is. So understand that is your view of the beggar. I don't want you, when you are on stage and working with the scenes of the beggar, I don't want you to see it as he's outside of the society. He's got a role just like the rabbi. And he's the beggar will be there in the L'chaim dance when you guys are dancing around. If we can ever get some choreography to it, and we'll see if we can get that taught in the tavern. And he's going to be there drinking with you, and there are going to be two ways that he got the drink, because he got it for free because Avram, whoever the bartender is, Zachary Eckert, that you will be playing so he's got it money from, losing my thoughts. He got that drink either from getting it for free from the bartender, or he's using the money you guys gave him that day to turn around and buy a drink. And none of you are going to complain about that, because why would you? Because why would you? Who are you to tell this man that he can't have a drink and have a little bit of pleasure in his life? And you would see that as, look, I contributed to this man's pleasure, that he gets a little drink of vodka or schnapps, or in every night. So that's the role of the beggar. And understand, so summarizing that, the beggar has an important role, and I want him to see himself as equal to the rest of you, and you would treat him as equal to the rest of you. And you can see that when in the beginning, when not in the movie, but in our script, the scene where he complains, hey, wait a minute, you didn't give me enough money today. And I don't remember who the character is, says, well, you know, I had a rough week. And then the beggar says, well, just because you have a rough week doesn't mean I should have a rough week. So he's clearly bold enough to just complain, hey, you didn't give me enough money. So, summary, the beggar is equal to you. You view him as equal to you as well. He's a part of your community, and he's an essential part of the community. So how do I want you to prove to me you watched this? I want you to send an email summarizing to me the message I said and mention one or two of the scenes that I have mentioned in this video. So let me make that definite. I want you to mention at least 2 scenes that I used to prove my point. So what was the point of my video, and give me 2 proofs that I mentioned in this video to prove my point. And if you want to disagree with me or whatnot, hey, go ahead and send that in the email. All right, so I will hopefully be posting more videos later about acting in character. I've been sending a few things to each individual one of you, but all right, good luck.